helped me to reach 2,000 subscribers. The sound of her laughter still rings in my head. It wasn't cruel at first, just dismissive, light, like she thought I was joking. But the words she said next cut deeper than anything she'd ever said before. God, Daniel, you're so needy. Not everything has to be about sex. Grow up. She rolled over, tugging the blanket high up her shoulder, leaving me staring at the curve of her back, her phone glowing faintly on the nightstand. It wasn't the rejection that hurt. It was a mockery. The way she said needy made me feel small, like I was some pathetic man begging for crumbs of affection in his own marriage. I lay there for hours, staring at the ceiling, pretending the silence didn't ache. The hum of the ceiling fan seemed louder than usual, spinning above us like it was mocking me too. By morning, she was gone. A text blinked on my phone. Left early. Meeting with Liam about the new campaign. Don't wait up. Liam, her creative director. The one she'd started mentioning just enough to make me notice, but never enough to question. Until now. At first, I wanted to believe it was innocent. She'd always been ambitious, and Liam was supposedly the key to her promotion. But that night, the way she turned her back to me, laughing at something on her phone as I tried to talk, had left a crack I couldn't seal. So I did something I hadn't done before. I looked. When she came home late, I pretended to be asleep. Her phone buzzed twice before she silenced it. I reached for it once she slipped into the shower. My hands were trembling. My heart felt like it was trying to punch its way out of my chest. The first thing I saw was a thread of messages labeled Campaign Notes Briefcase. It would have looked harmless, except no one sent campaign notes at 2:17 a.m. Liam, you looked incredible today. That dress should be illegal. Emily, stop. You'll get me in trouble. Liam, you love trouble. Emily, maybe I do. The shower kept running. I scrolled. My throat closed as I read message after message, half flirty, half coded. Enough to know what I didn't want to know. And then I saw it. A photo she'd sent him from our bed. My bed. Her hair loose, her shoulder bare, captioned, thinking of tomorrow's presentation. My fingers went numb. I didn't throw the phone. I didn't storm into the bathroom. I just sat there, staring at the tile floor until the sound of the shower stopped. She came out humming softly, wrapped in my towel, smelling like lavender and lies. Hey, you're up, she said casually. Couldn't sleep? I managed to nod. My voice was gone. She didn't notice. That night, something inside me broke quietly. Not the kind of break that bleeds. It was quieter, colder. I stopped asking questions. I stopped reaching for her. I let her live inside her lie, and I started planning my truth. Over the next week, I watched, observed, not like a jealous husband, but like someone studying the patterns of a stranger who once shared his soul. She was always working late, always too tired. Then, on Friday night, she tried to bridge the distance, like she could feel my silence growing. Dan, don't be weird, she said, brushing my arm. You've been distant lately. I almost laughed. Distant? No, Emily. I'm just paying attention. She frowned. What's that supposed to mean? I looked her dead in the eye. Nothing. You'll figure it out. For 2 days, she tried to act normal. Then Sunday came. I was on the porch when my phone buzzed. A message from her. Can we talk? I think I've been awful lately. I didn't reply. I knew she was at her mother's, clearing her head. Another ping. I miss you. I miss us. And then, minutes later, the photo. A selfie. Her hair tousled, her eyes soft and teary. She wore that silk top I bought her for our anniversary. The caption, I want to fix this. My chest tightened. For a split second, I wanted to believe it was real, that maybe she regretted it, maybe she wanted to come back. But when I zoomed in, I noticed a reflection in her necklace. A mirror behind her. A figure in the corner, shirtless, familiar. Liam. I don't remember dropping my phone, but I remember the sound. It cracked like glass meeting stone, perfectly matching the sound inside my chest. That night, I didn't sleep. I drafted a message to her, but deleted it. Words were useless now. She had already rewritten the story we built. Instead, I sent the evidence. to her mother, to her firm, to Liam's wife, who had messaged me weeks ago asking if I ever noticed Emily being a little too close with her husband. By morning, everything was unraveling. Emily called 37 times. I didn't answer. When she finally came home, her mascara streaked, her voice raw, she found her bags by the door. "You ruined me," she sobbed. "You didn't have to do this." I looked at her. Steady. "No, Emily, you ruined us. I just showed everyone the truth." She sank to the floor, shaking, her phone buzzing nonstop beside her. For a moment, I almost felt sorry for her. Almost. When she finally looked up, her voice cracked. "I made a mistake. It wasn't love. It was just attention. I didn't think you cared anymore." I closed my eyes. "I cared every day. You just stopped noticing." She reached for me, tears spilling down her cheeks, but I stepped back. There was nothing left to touch. I walked out into the cold morning light. The air smelled of rain and endings. Behind me, I could hear her sobbing, whispering my name like it still meant something. It didn't. Not anymore. Outside, the sky was breaking open. I watched the first drops hit the pavement, each one dissolving into a blur. Just like us, something once whole, now scattered and quiet. For the first time in months, I felt something close to peace. Not joy, not victory, just release. She mocked me for wanting closeness. She laughed when I reached for her. And when she finally reached back, it was too late.